It is the first day of the end of the quarantine here in Spain, and we're in a region called Aragon, famously named after that dude from Lord of the Rings. What we're going to do is climb the highest peak of the Pyrenees and hopefully ski down if there's enough snow. We're going to take 3 days worth of food and all our skiing and climbing gear. I've got my harness on already, although I won't be doing any climbing today. It's just because I can't fit it in my backpack. So it's about 7 PM. We've just left the car park. The idea with carrying all this equipment is that we're going to climb up to the snow line and set up a base camp so we can kind of do some missions from that camp over the next couple of days. So this is the first and only big heavy carry that we have to do. After that, it's pretty smooth sailing. The Mines of Moria. So we're just kind of setting up camp, but we found where we're going to go up tomorrow. We're just going to follow this ridge up behind me here. And a moment ago it cleared up here and we saw a good amount of snow and a nice big high mountain. So yeah, but we sure as hell aren't going to come down this tomorrow. That looks like shit. For some reason I thought Jetboils had some like adaptions here so you can cook on top of it, but it doesn't, it turns out, and that was pretty stupid of me, but this is a way you can do it. You do it with a tripod and a shoelace. Well, we're camped out under the stars. There is no clouds, so it's going to be a cold night. It is very dewy. Everything is dewy. Everything is wet. We don't have a tarp. I was going to bring one at the last minute and I looked at the weather and it looked fine. So I guess we'll find out if this bivouac is waterproof or not. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Certainly a nice view to wake up to. Also have the objective behind us, Pico Aneto, and a bunch of others. Now there are several routes that we have the choice of doing today, and it will all depend on how good or / bad the snow is, and right now I'm guessing it's pretty average. It did snow for like a week. There's just not a lot of skiing to be had there, but then again, it is June, so we have packed up our base camp and kind of hidden it in the rocks up there, and we're good to go. It is not cold at all. The reason why I'm wearing a jacket is because there is no less than 6 billion mosquitoes here, and I didn't bring any repellent, so that's a lesson for next time. When you're coming to the Pyrenees in summer and you're camping above a lake, expect lots of mosquitoes. So we've reached the point where we can put our skis and crampons, and there's 2 other skiers here, which is always a good sign, meaning we're not complete idiots believing that this is possible to do today. Well, we've kind of made it up to this plateau, I suppose you'd say, And what we were hoping to do was to climb up to this ridge and climb this peak, but because the snow is so soft and you can see these rocks have been kind of falling down here, we're going to take a slightly safer option and we're going to ski down a little bit to pass across this sort of shoulder here. I feel so sorry for these guys that are just post-holing hardcore all the way down. It looks so good, it looks perfect, but the snow is deep, it is super soft, and I cannot control what my legs are doing. Ooh, oh damn. It's harder work going up. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn. Well, we didn't reach any peaks today per se, but we learned some valuable lessons and we got to know the mountain a little bit. So this day was kind of like a bit of a recce day. We know that the snow is very soft. Is this what powder's like? So we're gonna have to get up quite early tomorrow morning, get up as soon as we can and get back down before the snow is crazy soft, because it was actually hard going on the skis and lots of falls. So we've left the skis, stashed them in a little secret spot, and we're going to go down and either maybe move the base camp up a little bit or just go back and relax, depending on the level of mosquitoes.
Well, this is what it's like to be inside a bivouac. I would love to be outside right now, but there are so many mosquitoes that I literally can't be out there without getting bitten on the face. So this is what it's come to. Just me hanging out inside the bivvy in broad daylight. I'm really hoping they're going to go away when it gets cold.
Well, we got up at 5:30, so we have a much better chance of getting some nice crispy snow on the way up and some skiable stuff on the way down. Just having breakfast and then we're going to get out of here. Oh, skis are still here. That's nice. So we've reached the point where we stashed our skis last night, and I'm trying something out. I'm putting my crampons on my trail runners because we have to traverse, you know, several of these tongues of snow to get to our starting point, so that we can pass over here, Purion, Superior, this little kind of shoulder pass thing. And if we do it on skis, it's just, you know, skis walk, skis walk, skis walk, and it takes forever. So, and I don't really want to walk in my ski boots because they gave me blisters. I'm gonna try this out. Crampons and trail runners, it's going well so far, but at the moment the snow's pretty hard. As soon as it starts to melt, it'll be a nightmare. ¿Cómo va? Nos vamos. ¿Está bien, eh? Alcanzamos la cima así.
Sí, hace un corredor. Show team.
made it to this point just in trail runners with those crampons over the top, and now we have a pretty good look at what our objectives are. On the biggest one and the furthest one away is Aneto. It's the highest mountain in the Pyrenees, but what we're going to do first, and probably the only thing we're going to do, is these smaller peaks here. So they're both got nice ski descents. Legs and lungs. Pretty much what it's about. Got some good snow. Going pretty quick. So we've reached the base of this peak here, which we're going to climb, and it's called Coronas, which is topical. I'm going to go straight up this crest. Well, I'm skiing all the way up here, but I'm too scared to skin this last bit. Oh, it's flat. Thank God. Whew. Oh, yes. There's literally a fucking waterfall of sweat running down my forehead right now. God damn it, it's hot. Hey! We got 2 peaks to climb and then ski down this, hopefully, if the snow hasn't melted by that time, which probably will, which is going to make this descent incredibly interesting. Oh, okay. Roger chose to leave his skis at the bottom and just boot pack up, and I really wanted to come up here on skis and ski down it, but it definitely made me question whether I was capable of doing it or not, but I made it. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh. Well, we reached the summit at midday, and we did have the option to do this peak medio, but the snow is getting very soft because it's super hot out here. So in order to have a decent ski day on the way down, we are going to leave now. And I'm going to attempt to ski down this thing. Oh, this is by far the steepest thing I've ever skied in my life. So a little nervous, if I'm honest, but whew, okay. That was okay. I shouldn't have been nervous, but I got down. Whew, okay, now we return all the way home as far as we can on the skis. Time to go down. This has actually been one of the best adventures of my life. Middle of summer, skiing some of the highest peaks in the Pyrenees. It's been awesome, guys. Thanks so much for following along. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the summit.